to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just as we are protecting our mouths from any food or drink from entering into them, in the same way we also need to protect the rest of our body parts from committing any act which is not beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so we discussed about the eyes and the sins of the eyes. And we talked about how this is one of the big reasons why we do not feel that closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's because our hearts are being hardened due to all of the haram that we are looking at. Today we will discuss a little bit about the ears and that which we should hear and that which we should not hear. So we should utilize our ears in listening to that which pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is by listening to the Quran, by listening to lectures, by listening to talking about the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, discussing the Quran, the meaning of the Quran, and in general anything which is beneficial and remind us of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and remind us of our correct path. This is what we should be utilizing our ears in. We should be utilizing in anything that benefits us. On the flip side, we should protect our ears from anything which is haram, which is forbidden. And that includes, and it's something that has entered into every single thing that we do. We listen to a video, there's music. And obviously there's a general fact that many people will listen to music in their free time, or whether they're in their car or whatever they're doing, they will listen to music. This is something which has an effect on our spirituality, and we should realize that it is actually something which influences our mood, it influences our thoughts, and it influences our method. Constantly consuming these evil thoughts that are being portrayed to us by those who are singing the music, and this actually has a very detrimental effect on our heart, and it blackens the heart as well. So it's very important for us to stay away from music as well. Another thing that we should protect our ears from is when we're discussing things with our friends, we're talking with our friends, talking about things which do not please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for example, backbiting. We shouldn't allow our ears to hear even a single sentence of backbiting without either stopping the one who's backbiting, or at the very least in our heart, we reject that backbiting. We say, this is not something that I like. And that's the very lowest level, that you're not able to say something and stop the backbiting. At the very least, you hate it in your heart. And so these are some ways by which we can protect our ears, inshallah, and this will bring our fasting to a higher level. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us tawfiq. اللهم لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. اللهم لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم أعطه الوسيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته واجزه عنا ما هو أهله واجزه أفضل ما جزيت نبيا عن قومه ورسولا عن أمته وصل على جميع إخوانه من النبيين والصالحين يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر لنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم ألف بين قلوب المسلمين وأصلح ذات بينهم وانصرهم على عدوك وعدوهم. اللهم لعن الكفرة أهل الكتاب والمشركين الذين يصدون عن سبيلك ويكذبون رسلك ويقاتلون أولياءك. اللهم خالف بين كلمتهم وزلزل أقدامهم وأنزل بهم بأسك الذي لا ترده عن القوم المجرمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المسلمين في فلسطين. اللهم فرج عنهم. اللهم ارحمهم. اللهم ارزقهم من رزقك الحلال الطيب المبارك ما تصون به وجوههم عن التعرض إلى أحد من خلقك. اللهم تقبلهم من الشهداء. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى من القول والعمل والفعل والنية والهدى إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. ربنا تقبل منا صيامنا وقيامنا وركوعنا وسجودنا وتلاوتنا وصدقتنا وسائر أعمالنا في هذا الشهر الكريم. सुब्हान रब्बिका रब्बिल इज़्ज़ति अम्मा यसिफून व सलामुन अलल मुरसलीन वल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अल्लाहुम्मा इन्नी लका सुमतु व अला रिज़्क़िका अफ़्तरतु। ख़वातीन व हज़रात, रोज़ा इफ़्तार कर लीजिए।